Hey y'all, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're returning. It's Fiery Moon and I'm here to do the General Collective weekly reading. It is September 28th as I am recording this, and the sun is in Libra and we have Moon in Sag. And before we get started with this reading, I'm going to tell y'all, and this is the final time that I'm going to tell y'all. So hear me and hear me very well. Because I feel like I made a disclaimer about this before. I don't know, because like normally, I let stuff, go and fly. And not to say that I'm affected by, what is going on, but people like to, feel like if you don't say nothing that they have like some type of upper hand, or in whatever realm or world they're in, like they're in control of a situation. But let me let y'all know this, because when me coming on this channel, it's solely because I want to. It's on my own volition. Okay, I don't have to come on here. I don't have to record tarot readings, and I don't have to do anything. I choose to do this in my free time. So this doesn't provide for me in any way, other than it makes me feel that, I'm doing a service for those of us that are out here, because I am one of them. I'm not exempt of doing their inner work, and not afraid or in any way running from themselves, trying to not be who they are. I'm here to, help people that want to help themselves, first and foremost. When I started my, tarot journey, I didn't even start out with the tarot. And even before I even touched the tarot card, I was already doing this in my real life, just from interacting with people in real life on a day-to-day basis. Okay, I was that person, for people to come and say, hey Jazz, what's going on, or what do you think about this? So people was already coming to me, and they still do to this day, for what I'm doing on here, outside of tarot cards, just from me living and experiencing things in my life and sharing that experience with others. So let's not get it twisted. But like I said, a part of me doesn't even want to do this, but I need to address it. I feel like I need to address it. My spirit is telling me to address it, so that's what I'm going to do. I don't know any of you personally. Let's start with that. So you're a stranger to me, just like I'm a stranger to you. So I make it very clear in every reading that I've ever posted, take what resonates and leave the rest. If it's not your energy or your story, don't try to make it fit. And I also stress to know your story and know your energy. Because I don't know what people, think. Like you're always gonna listen to a tarot reading. It's always gonna be around about you, and you're always gonna be on the positive side. It don't work like that. And normally, like I said, I spoke on this before, to the point where if you come across my channel, you can find out within, I wouldn't even say the first 5 minutes, if I'm the reader for you. And if I'm not the reader for you, first of all, I don't have to be. I'm not required to be. Like I already said before, I don't know you and you don't know me. I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't care to know. I'm here to give the guidance and advice for people that are doing their work and want to continue to make sure that they are on the path that they're supposed to be on. For themselves. Not even because I'm saying this is the path that you're on. But to come across a stranger's channel and first of all, I'm not coming to nobody's channel that I don't resonate with. off the bat. Like I said, it don't take long to find out if a reader is for you or not. But I'm not going to watch a whole hour's worth of content only to dislike it. And granted, I don't care about likes. I don't care about comments. You see, everything is open and nobody says anything because I'm not looking to be validated for the content that I put out. So to watch my readings, which are normally an hour or more, and dislike the content, something's just off about that. First of all, I'm not watching something for an hour and I'm hearing, whether I'm hearing stuff I like or I don't like, I'm not going to invest an hour plus into watching a video to get all the way to the end to not like it. And I know a lot of people, they like to hide behind a screen because they feel like, oh, let me just fuck with her numbers, or I don't give a fuck about numbers because I do this in real life without tarot cards. And pardon me for coming off like this, but it needs to be, because it's almost like, I don't know, whoever or for whatever reason, if you're coming across my readings and it's not resonating with you, if it don't apply, let it fly. Gladly hit the X button and go on about your day. But it's almost like people can't do that. And that's what I'm really trying to understand, because first of all, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't take any money out of my pocket because I don't do this for money. It's not going to stop me from posting, and it's not going to make me in a way, I don't know, if you want a reader that's going to coddle you, I'm not her. If you want a reader that's just telling you what you want to hear, I'm not her. Everybody that comes across my channel, and just like everybody in my real life, they know I walk it like I talk it. And it is what it is. I don't care. That's why part of me feels like I shouldn't even be addressing this, but it's it needs to be said. If I'm not the reader for you, stop coming to my channel. Stop watching my content. Because all you're doing is exposing yourself. You disliking me is showing how much you dislike yourself. You not being able to take constructive criticism only reflects back on you. That doesn't reflect on me. Because I make the conscious choice when I hit the record button, when I touch these cards, when I hit upload, I know what I'm doing and I'm sure of what I'm doing. So there's nothing that's going to come back on me. So I just want to put this disclaimer out there. This is the last time I'm going to address this. Because I know, if I come across something, whether it's on YouTube or any social media, if it doesn't resonate with me, you know what I do? I keep scrolling. So take that for whoever comes across my channel and you feel that you dislike my content. You can gladly go. I'm not asking nobody to be here. I'm not asking y'all for anything. This is something that I was guided to do and walk in my path. That has nothing to do with you. And like I said, for this energy to be coming at me from people that don't know me, and I definitely don't know you, because people in my real life, they know me. They're not needing to watch my channel because they can hit my line. So I don't know, whatever or whatever or whoever, I don't care. But keep that negativity where it's at, because this is where you're at. How about that? Because this is not the channel for it. It's not at all, and it will not be tolerated. And I believe it tells you that on my community page. I don't know if people are having a hard time with comprehending, or they're having a hard time, like I said, being able to self-reflect or take constructive criticism. Either way, that's not a me problem, that's a you problem. And I'm not going to address this anymore. Now, for the real ones that, enjoy my channel, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys already know, the content, as long as I'm here and able to do it, is going to keep coming. So we're going to get into the weekly reading. For this week, I'm going to say again, like I say in every reading, always take what resonates, leave the rest. If it's not for you, it's just not for you. Don't try to make it fit, and it's okay. Because like a part of me feels like if people that I don't know where people are at mentally. I don't care. Like I said, I'm here to help those that want to help themselves. Some people are just looking for like an easy way out, or a person to point the finger at, whatever the case may be. It's not me. So you're gonna have to deal with that in your own way. But just, I can't even, like, I feel like I need to say, like, be conscious of the energy that you're putting out there, because all energy returns back to its rightful owner. So with that being said, we're gonna jump right on in. I feel like what deck do I want to use? Like, yeah, let's use the tea leaves to start off this weekly reading. But yes, like I said, to my regulars, because I don't know if people feel like I can't, like, I may not know who you are, but I can feel the energy. So if you're watching my channel and you have like some disdain or ill will towards me, that's ill will and disdain towards yourself. It has nothing to do with me. So I don't know what you think you're gonna get out of it. I don't know what you think it's gonna do to my channel, because I'm not here for numbers, money, validation, none of it. I'm not here for it. I don't even resonate on that frequency. But I'm not going to be in a way like disrespected from somebody that I don't even know, because that's what it boils down to. It starts to feel real disrespectful. Like, but would you do this to a stranger on the street? No. When you encounter a stranger on the street, you keep it pushing, right? Or am I bugging? Oh, okay. But yeah, we're gonna see and jump right on into this weekly reading and see what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection that we need as it pertains to the collective and the energies surrounding this weekend. Like, people need to really just get in real life. Like, cause I don't know, this online shit got a lot of people fucked up. But you won't have me like that. But let's see. I'm starting out, like I said, with the tea leaf oracles. What's going on, Spirit? Yes, so we have the funnel coming out, which says a period of frustration and lessons to be learned. Spirit, you better come through, because if that ain't the truth, like, and that's the thing, like, just because you may be frustrated in your life doesn't mean you have to try to put that frustration onto others. Like, we all go through shit, but it's not for, like, I don't know if it's a lack of accountability, like I said, a lack of comprehension. I don't know, but online is not real life, and what you present online should be, like, to me, the way that I see it, how you are online is how you should be in your real life. Your real life should complement your online presence. It shouldn't be your online presence like you're trying to make your online presence your real life. That doesn't make any sense. So some of you could be in this energy. Like I said, this could be, your energy. It may be, the energy of someone that you're connected to, or it could just be the energy. Bottom of the deck, we have the broom, which says new home and new attitude. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the programming. I don't know if it's just whatever it is, but it's time to clean that shit up. Real talk. Can I get another one, Spirit? And then we have the fly. A period of ill health and depression. Yeah, like, and that makes me feel like with this funnel and the fly energy, it's like, yeah, people are, starting, or, may even be realizing this month, like, thank you, Spirit, because they just said, what you eat don't make me shit. Like, and it's as simple as that. Like, like, so don't try to force what you eat on me, because I'm not here forcing anybody. I'm not pulling anybody's tail hand. I'm not saying, yo, watch my readings. I'm not saying, yo, donate, or I'm not doing the reading, because that's not what it's about for me. We have a short, the horse coming out, and it says a short journey. And that makes me feel like, yeah, like it almost makes me feel like the energy of like something or someone like being stopped in their tracks. They thought that they were going to be able to like get further, or try, and it almost feels like in the energy of like, I don't know how other way to say it, but like being stopped, like from going too far, or like the energy of doing too much. Yeah, it almost feels like with this energy, I'm gonna put it over here because it feels like it belongs over here with the funnel and the fly. Whoever is in this frustrated energy, it's almost like, I don't know, I almost feel like something is prolonged, something like whether it is a period of frustration, or like the funnel says, a lesson to be learned, mixed with this a period of ill health and depression, like something that even someone may have thought was going to be like, oh, like it wasn't going to last long. It feels like it's being prolonged. I don't know if someone was like maybe thinking that they were going to get over something or a situation or a circumstance, but it's almost like this is the thing, like to me, frustration, at least the way that I see frustration, it's an energy of like when you're, unable to do something that you want to do. But it's almost like, and you see, it's a funnel for a reason, because it's almost like it's giving me that energy of like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Like you only become frustrated, or there's friction when something doesn't fit into what it's supposed to. And it's almost like for some of you, that whatever you're trying to do, it could be making you sick. You may be experiencing depression. I don't like to, you know, put that energy out there because I'm not a doctor, but we all experience, things in different ways. And for some of, whoever's in this energy, it could be playing out as, depression, but it's because you're trying to do something. It's almost like you're not learning. You're not like, either you're restricted or you're not learning the lesson that you're supposed to be learning. So things become frustrated. It's almost like, because again, it makes me feel like what I said in the beginning of this reading, like there's almost like, I almost feel like a refusal to do something, like someone wants to, even with the horse energy, like take a shortcut, or wants it to be like over fast, or let's see, what other messages do we need, Spirit? Oh, that's too many. Can I add another one, please? Can I add another one, please? So we have the lobster coming out, which says financial pinch. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have 10, which says new job or career. And with this lobster and 10 energy, it almost makes me feel like it really is making me feel like the Five of Pentacles, like someone is in a lack, like they can't, like they're having a hard time like securing some type of, it could be a job, it could just be struggling, you know, materially. I'm hearing not qualified. Not qualified. Can I get one more, please, Spirit, to go with this lobster and pen? Yeah, I feel like someone is trying to like grasp for something that they how can I say this? Because my guys are like, yeah, they fucking with something they shouldn't be fucking with. Yeah, like, I don't know. Can I get one more, please? Can I get one more? Can I get one more? Like, I really don't even feel like this is, you know, at least for the watcher, your energy. It could be, I don't know. But the way that it's coming through for me, I feel like this is not for the watcher. This could be for cross watcher energy, but you guys know I don't read side. You know, I don't stick to zodiac signs. Then we have the wheel. Yeah. It says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Yeah, like I feel like whoever's in this energy, they're like, they just really don't know what to do, where to go. Like, I feel like how they say, like, running around like a chicken with no head. Like, that's what I feel like. And I, like, I feel like this, whoever this is, has a hard time, or they may struggle with, like, following through on something. Like, again, it makes me feel like someone just wants a quick fix or an easy answer, or like to do like the minimal necessary in whatever situation, whether this is, you know, in looking for a job. Like, if you want a job, like, you can't just apply or fill out one application and think that that one place is going to call you back. If you want a job, you will be putting out applications wherever. And if you feel like, you know, you're unqualified, then maybe, I don't know what to say for that, because that's how you feel. If you feel like you're like, but it's sometimes you have to, like, I don't know, like, people just, I don't know, I don't, like, case in point, the job where I work at now, I've been working, you know, in the field for as long as I can remember. And, oh, thank you, Spirit. Because, like, see, and this is why, like, I love what I do. Like, I do this because at a core soul level, it feels right. And I'm the type of person, like, I want to share because I want everybody to be in this energy. Like, because it really is, like, life is really so simple. I've been working in the field that I'm working in. And it came to me when I first got my first job in this field. by my mom. She had been working in it for 20, 30 plus years. And, my mom, and I'm so thankful and grateful for her because she was the type of person like, a lot of people have jobs where they go to work and then they come home, but they bring like their work home with them. And it didn't take me until I was an adult to realize like what she was actually doing. Like, yeah, I would go to her work with her as a kid, but I didn't understand like, what she was doing and how like she was really good at what she was doing because I like everybody. She wasn't like the main person, but she wasn't, she was like just ducked off doing her thing in this job. So when I became of age, working age, she was working at a job and still in the same field. And she was like, hey, she called me one day, just one day randomly. And she was like, hey, my boss just came to me and asked me if I knew someone that I think that could do this job. And I was like, okay, ma, so like, what you mean? What you talking about? She was like, yeah, so I told them you. And I was like, ma, like, I don't even know what it is like that, you do. Because she was the type of person that, she never came home. She never complained. She, like, her work didn't follow her home. And she didn't come home, drained or, overly tired. So I'm like, what? It never dawned on me as a kid, but as an adult, I'm like, okay, ma, I'll see what's going on. And I had never worked in the field before. So I go in, I do the interview, I get the job, and the girl, I think it took, it wasn't even a week. It was supposed to be a temporary position. But the girl that trained me, like, and shout out to her because she was a good trainer. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And she's, she trained me. The first day was kind of rough because I'm like, wait, I'm looking at all of these numbers. Like, what is this? Like, I don't know none of this stuff. But, she explained it to me. And I was just like, okay, and I get home and I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, I don't know. Like, I'm feeling like, whatever. Like, this is different for me, but I'm going to see it through. I want to say I got to Thursday because it was really just 2 days of training. They showed me the system, whatever the case may be. Thursday comes and the manager calls me into the office. And she's like, you sure you never did this before? And I'm like, yeah, I'm positive. Like, I was normally working, service jobs, like customer service, cashier, whatever the case may be. I was young. And she was like, because we want to offer you a permanent position. And I'm like, huh, what? Like, I'm really still just trying to grasp what it is that I'm doing here. Like, I get it, but I'm not, I don't get it to the point where I feel like, I am confident in what I'm doing and like, but I guess whatever I'm doing, you're able to see, within 2 days. Like, I understand it, but it was almost like I understood it, but it hadn't clicked yet. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take it if you want to, bring me from temp to perm in 4 days. Sure. Like, I'm with it. Later on that same day, I'm sitting at my desk. The girl that had trained me, she's still there for support, but, she's letting me drive on my own. And it came to a point in the day where, as I'm doing the work, the click happened for me. And I got up and I was like, it was almost like my body, like, involuntarily just ran down the hallway. And before I even realized what I was doing, and I was like, oh my God, like, this shit like I said, it clicked for me. So I'm like, oh my God, like, what? Like, this is it? The girl that trained me, she's laughing uncontrollably. She's like, yo, I told you. She was like, you were just, you just had to, it just had to click for you. And I'm like, what? This is, yo. So even after I ran down the hallway, I calmed down. I ran to my mom. I said, Mom, this is what you was doing like all these years. Why? I was like, why you ain't put me on sooner? Like, if I would have known like this was what you was doing, like what? Like, she was like, yeah, she was like, see, that's why I just recommended you. Like, and I'm like, okay, Mom, thank you. This was like 15, maybe, yeah, about 15 years ago. Maybe more like between 15 and 18 years ago. So I'm like, I got it now. Like, yeah, what y'all like, let me just do my thing. So in the job I'm in now, and because I'm saying all this to say, like, somebody may be feeling like they're incapable, but you won't know unless you just do it. So I'm like, before I got the job that I'm in now, I had quit my last job because I was like, there's really like no room for me to grow. It was still in the same field, but just a different sector of it. And I was like, it was cool. I learned a lot, but I was like, I'm ready to grow. And because I was, so good in the position I was in, my supervisor was kind of like blocking me, but that's another video. Like, she was not willing to lose me off of this team. So I had to quit. Like, I was like, I can't. I need to. I'm ready to grow. Like, I'm ready to, do something. Get to the. I want to see like the next step of this. But whatever the case may be, they were not feeling that. They wanted me to stay where I was at because I was good where I was at, but I wanted more. So I quit that job, and I was just scrolling one day, and I, came across the job I'm in now. And when I first seen it, I was like, yeah, this kind of is along the lines of what I was doing, but it seems like it's a little different. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If I did that, I could do this. And here I am right now. I applied for that job. They called me back. I got it. And here we are. And I enjoy what I do. That's why I don't, I get up every day and, do that because I enjoy it. It's something that, it's a job where there's a lot of research, required, and I get to learn something new every day. There's not a day that I walk away from my desk without having learned something new, whether it's big or small. So whoever is feeling this energy, like, don't feel like you're incapable. And even if you feel like you're not qualified, you don't know what, if you're filling out, first of all, you got to fill out more than one application. You can't just fill out an application. Like, if you want something new, you have to take the steps to get there. So with that being said, like, yeah, it's like, but don't let it become so, it almost feels like whoever's in this energy is very overwhelmed, and I understand that, but it's almost like you have to fight through the fears and the doubts. Like, you have to. And this, it doesn't just have to be work. This could be like just people that you're dealing with in life. You could be, surrounded by a lot of naysayers or like negative people that just because they can't see it for them, they're projecting that onto you, and that's a you. That's not a you problem. That's a them problem. So don't take that on. But also don't let it make you, because they're really putting emphasis on this wheel energy, indecisiveness, and allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Like, don't, how they say an idle mind is the devil's playground. Don't let it get that far, or at least try not to. Bottom of the deck, we have a fair woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. And that's not to say that this person has to be this description, but the way I'm feeling this fair woman is like almost like the energy of someone who is very how can I say this? They could be very stern. Some of you could even be like finding yourself like wanting to like ask for a raise if you're in a current job, or ask for some time off, but you're afraid to ask your boss. But why? Can I get one more and then we'll grab, we'll jump into the tarot. But yeah, like, don't doubt yourself just because you feel incapable. Because you don't know how it's going to turn out. But you also have to, your intention has to be there. Like, if you want something different or better, you have to put in the work behind it. It's not just going to fall into your lap. And if it doesn't fall into your lap, you just get, nasty and negative because of it. Like, no. Because all it does is it makes you feel like nobody else is feeling that but you. It's not the person that, is possibly looking for a job, not the person that, has the ability to help you get to the next level. They're not feeling that. That's all on you. And then we have the skull energy, and it says hidden secrets can harm you. That makes me feel like for some of you, if you're filling out applications, you're not like, it's almost like, like lying on the application. Like I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, to each his own, but that's not something that I would recommend. To me, honesty is always the best policy, whether it's in regards to filling out, application, a job, dealing with people. Like, just tell the truth. Just keep it real, because when you don't, it's almost like shit can come back to bite you in the ass. So to avoid that, just be honest and upfront. And then we have, yes, thank you, Spirit. We have the shield, which says, a need to defend yourself. You need to defend yourself. And that's, that's basically, like, I knew there was a reason why my spirit was like, let's get this out in regards to, like what I said in the beginning, because it's almost like, no, if you don't defend yourself, no matter what the situation is, it almost feels like people feel that they can do or walk or, all over you. And it's like, no, you have to be an advocate for yourself. Ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. Okay? Like, no. And some of you just need to, like, enforce a boundary or hold a boundary. Like, because this could be someone that, you're dealing with who's just, like, it feels like trying, like, heavy projection. And it's like, blocked. It's almost like they're showing me, like, what is it? What is that? Either way, whatever is being thrown at you, it's bouncing off. For some of you, like I said, that energy returns back to, energy always goes back to its respectful place. And that's just how I see it. And especially if some of you are like in the energy of trying to like create a shortcut, it's almost like you're having a hard time decide. Like, it feels like a lot of mental confusion that could be going on with this person, because it's like they're deciding, like, should I be honest or should I not? Should I try to, like, it's almost like, should I try to scheme? Should I not? Like, they're just in a fucked up position right now. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like you can't make that, you can't try to force that on somebody else. Wherever you're at right now, your choice, it's your choices that led you to where you're currently at right now in this moment. So gotta eat that. nobody else. Like, so let's see, Spirit, what's going on? All right. So bottom of the deck we have the Ace of Swords, which could be a card of truth. It could be a card of clarity. It says determination, strength in adversity, breakthrough, a new idea. Yeah, and like I said, I felt that confusion. We have the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords. And this is that energy of the confusion, but then this is also that energy of like trying to, you know, like it's almost giving me like the energy of like sidestep, or, you know, like scheme, or, you know, come up with a strategy. But in doing that, it's only going to lead you to the Seven of Cups. Like, it's almost like someone is trying to see what they, like I said, what they can and can't get away with. And the cards, like I just said, are saying just be truthful, keep it real. Okay. Then we have the Four of Pentacles coming out up under the Seven of Swords, and it feels like some people have, you know, how can I say this? Some people get comfortable in being in this Seven of Swords energy. And, you know, it's like they don't know what other way to be, in a way. Like, they don't know how to not be, you know, like manipulative, or it just feels like it's unnecessary. Like, people that are comfortable doing this, it's almost like they create their own, again, frustration, because I'm even feeling that off of the Seven of Cups. They create their own, the word I'm hearing is like demise in a way, and that it's almost like it's an energy of you like working against yourself. It's counterproductive. But I don't know, like, I don't know why I'm feeling like the energy of like, because for some of them it's like, it's a way like they protect themselves, but it almost makes me feel like with this Four of Pentacles and Seven of Swords, like it's not honorable. Like, there are more honorable ways to go about doing things and making sure that, you know, you're still good in the process. You don't have to lie, cheat, steal, whatever the case may be. You don't have to do that. It's almost like, in a way, like shielding like an insecurity. So we have the Five of Cups coming out, yeah. And it says pain, loss, grief, regret, despair, emotional breakup or dissatisfaction. Yeah, and it just feels like this is like almost coming through as that depression energy. There's a lot of regret, or like a feeling of emotional loss that someone is experiencing right now. And it's almost like with the Page of Swords, like they're seeing why. They're seeing why. Because it almost is like with the Emperor up under that, yeah. It's almost like whoever's in this energy, like they have a need for like control. With this Emperor here. Yeah, it feels like there's like they want to be in control of something, but the first person you need to be in control of is yourself. Too many. Can I get less cards, please, Spirit? For this funnel, fly, and horse energy. Yeah, we have the King of Pentacles coming out. Masculine earth energy. And like I said, look, the first word on it is control, power, discipline. I don't know, this person could like, or want things to be like, cause I'm getting something with optics, like the way that things look. This person could be heavily invested into like wanting to appear a certain way, or wanting to present themselves another way, or in a certain way, and that is what is causing this frustration with the funnel energy here. And there's like, yeah, there's something to be learned. Like whatever you may have lost, or you could have lost, it's trying to show you like that wasn't, it almost feels like it wasn't going to sustain, with the Empress at the bottom, because that's exactly what the Empress represents. Like it's almost like, how can I say this, like if it's like if it's not truly your energy, you can't make something what it's not. You can try to make it appear that way, but it's almost like eventually it's going to fall, because it's the end, like you don't have the energy to like almost back it. And then then this is what happens. You start feeling like this Five of Cups, like all hope is lost. You're crying over spilled milk. It almost feels like this energy of the King of Pentacles with this horse was like short-lived, but it's because you were, for some of you, I feel like masking, or you could be masking, and that is never good, because that's suppression. You're suppressing yourself. Can I get one more, please? Can I get one more to go with this Five of Cups, King of Pentacles energy? Yes, it's done. We have the Ten of Swords. It says misfortune, pain, the lowest point, defeat, crisis. It's hidden. It's it's the energy of hitting rock bottom. But it's time to like pick yourself up. Like it's almost like spirit is allowing you to sit and feel what you're like. It's almost like spirit is trying to get you to feel like, hey, this is not you. Whatever you're trying to uphold with this King of Pentacles, whether it's an image, some type of, I don't even know what to call it. It's really like coming through as like a need to not want to change. But from the 10 to the 6 is the Four of Swords. Like there's some type of healing that needs to be done. There needs to be some type of break or a timeout. And it's almost like, again, with this horse energy, a short journey. Like spirit may, like you may have, been able to enjoy it for a short time, but long term, And then up under the Six of Swords, we have justice. Like, yeah, it's time to move towards, truth, fairness, balance, accountability. Like, what is right. What is this? What is this? Like, you have the King of Cups, because I was going to say, like, what is this King of Pentacles shielding? And it's the King of Cups, which ties back to that Four of Pentacles. Like, it's some type of, and I hate to say it, but it is some type of insecurity or vulnerability that this person is trying to mask but it's becoming too much. Here's the frustration, the anxiety, the worry, the doubt. But the only way out is truth. Because the 9 to the 10 is the ace. It's almost like recognizing that. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. But, yeah, I almost feel like also, because before I just had to get up, the shield energy spoke out in a way like for some of you, it's almost like, some of you are trying to, thank you, justify you being in, whatever energy that you're in. It's almost like you're trying to act like this is, you're not going through something. And that doesn't, that only hurts you. And it actually blocks people from coming into your life. With the chair filled, it says someone new entering your life, new people, new opportunities. Look, and it says dolphin, financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. You block, your own opportunities by, pretending like there's nothing going on. There's no, like, I'm good. I like, it almost makes you feel like with this King of Cups, is someone that doesn't feel, like, acts like they don't feel. They're not affected by what they're going through. Like, it's almost like they're trying to hide, like, this 10 of Pentacles. And, like, they're not, going through whatever they're going through. And I mean, to each his own, that's fine. But it doesn't hurt anyone but you. It really doesn't. You're the one that's, stressed, frustrated. For some of you, it may be, it could even be impacting you physically. In regards to, your health. Can I get one for this lobster, pen, wheel, and skull? And it's almost like, you want to take it out on others, but it's almost like, no, you can't. Can I get another one, please? All right, we have the 6 of Swords, which normally, speaks to, moving from chaos to calm, getting over things mentally and emotionally. And then we have the Sun. Like, and some of you are wanting to, get towards this energy, but it's almost like, thank you, Spirit, I was getting ready to say, with this skull energy here, hidden secrets can harm you. You have to be willing to be seen for all that you are, what you are. And with the Hermit, it's showing you that. It's showing you like, hey, what is your soul telling you as the Hermit? Because it says introspection, solitude, reflection, soul searching, self-discovery. Like, yeah. You have to be willing to be seen, like, to almost be like naked spiritually. And some people are not willing to do that. They don't want to do it. But it's almost like you're not gonna get anywhere with things not being on a foundation of truth. We have the 4 of Wands. And it's okay to say, like, I don't, because the 4 of Wands is normally a card of support. It's, like a family and home oriented vibration. It says strong foundation and community. And it's almost like, you know what it makes me feel like? Because it's on top of the skull energy. It's almost like someone could use, like, saying, like, because it feels like a story. Like, someone, is always telling people, like, oh, well, I don't have, any family, or I don't have any support, or I don't have this and I don't have that, as like a way to, like, manipulate people to care about them. But you know, with people like that, you have to always think like, why don't you though? Like, I will find it hard to believe if you did nothing to these people, or within a situation to where you don't have support. If you were doing everything, right and upstanding, the support is there. But what, like, it almost makes me feel like, what did you do? What part did you play? Because it almost feels like someone playing the victim. And it's almost like with the death card, they can't do it anymore. Nope. With the Three of Swords, and then here's that Five of Pentacles I was feeling. Like, it's not it's not an excuse. And even if, and I could be wrong, but I find it, in very rare circumstances where you didn't do nothing and people just completely, like, just don't want to deal with you. There was something that had to lead up to that. To where you're feeling like this, feeling abandoned, hurt, but I feel like someone uses this as like a tactic or a narrative. And another one, please. Yeah. We have the Five of Wands coming out, which is, that internal and external. It could be internal or external conflict. Yeah, but it almost makes me feel like, I don't know, it feels like an energy of like nitpicking. So like, if you're the watcher and there's somebody nitpicking with you, it's because they're clearly going through something that they're trying to act like they're not going through, and like wanting to make you the problem or the issue. It's almost like they're trying to create, the only thing I can say is like an excuse. Like, it's like trying to place blame where on, you, or, this person is trying to place blame on another person, but like, honestly, you're not even out here. I feel like this is your energy as the Chariot. Like, very balanced, very, in control of the self. Yeah, it says mental control, emotional balance. Yeah, I feel like you're not in this energy, so it's almost like, I don't know, I feel like someone's wanting to poke the bear. But what you're doing is like, you're being, if you're a feminine energy, you're moving forward, but also being self-reflective. You see, like, and I don't know, like, she's looking at her cup. This masculine is not even trying to look at their cup. They're looking outside of their cup. They don't even want this water to like touch them, but they're acting like it. You see his foot hanging off. Where this this feminine is where, in the water, to where like the water can, take, it's like they're just, they ebb and flow, this feminine energy. But it's almost like, in looking at the cup and being self-reflective, that's how they are able to like maintain, within themselves, a level of, security within themselves. It almost feels like, not for nothing, it's almost like someone is trying to, like, in a way, like, figure out how to break you. But it's almost like they can't, because your foundation is firm, it's solid. And even if, that water was to come up, it's almost like you're immovable. And it's almost like they could even be wondering, like with the Nine of Wands, like they could even know like the struggles or things that you've went through, and are like, well, how are they able to do it? Because that you, or if this is vice versa, it's vice versa. But it's almost like you understand and you enforce, boundaries with the Seven of Wands. I feel like there's an energy of consistency. You're not looking for, you know, anything outside, anything to like fix your problems. You solve them yourself. Can I get one more to go with this energy over here? And then we have the Eight of Wands. Which is a card of, it's movement. It's a card of progress. It could be, unexpected news or messages coming in. It is a card of travel as well. And then at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Tower. Yeah, and I was just getting ready to say, like, I feel there is a major shift in perspective that is trying to come through for this masculine, but it's almost like they're fighting it. They're fighting it. And in fighting it and being at war with themselves, it's like they're having a hard time getting to this, this place of stability with the Four of Wands. Can I get one tea light for the collective, for the Watcher? What's the energy of the Watcher? Yeah, see? And I knew it. I feel like even though, it says marriage, but it's the joining of two forces in harmony, which is like, to me, like that energy we seen with the Chariot. That's why right off the back, I felt like that was you. Like you're in sync, within yourself. What's at the bottom? I feel like this could be the masculine energy. It says a younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. Yep, it is in need of help. We have the Hand coming out, in need of help or assistance and guidance. And I see like they see you as like this energy. Oh. And then look, we have the Owl. And it says good advice from a wise person. Yeah, this energy is almost like, if this is a masculine energy, we have the Rabbit coming out, which says too much concern with sexual matters, and then the chair empty. Now, we've seen the chair filled before. It says someone is leaving your life. Yeah, this person could have just been engaging, and I'm not saying that engaging in sexual, things, but they could be, I don't know, where, the things that they weren't engaging in, it just seems like it was very impulsive, very almost like, how can I say this, like almost like a Knight of Wands energy, like just very fly by night, in and out, only doing things for the thrill. And because them being in that energy, they don't have anybody. There's nothing, like they may not even have it anymore. With the chair being empty, this could have been, something that caused you to leave their life. If this is regarding as a relationship, if this is work, this is just someone who, like, it's almost like just refuses to like change with the times. If they're like in a position of authority at a job, and if this is like, someone as an employee, whatever they're going through outside of work, it just feels like they're afraid to, leave this job because it's always been safe for them. Or, but it doesn't, it feels like it's not producing or, giving this person the satisfaction that it once did. Can I get one for the marriage and the owl for the watcher, the collector? I feel like you're aware of this. Ooh. Ooh. I love it. The high priestess. Yeah. It says intuitions, feelings, subconscious, acceptance of life's mystery, science, wisdom, contemplation, the future unrevealed. Like, yeah, like I feel like you're just sitting in this, this energy. I'll get another one. Can I get one more to go with this energy? It's almost like I feel like you have like you could be intuiting this, but it also makes me feel like yeah, for some of you, with the tower here. It's like you're seeing someone's like whatever illusion or delusion, you're seeing it shatter. But you're seeing it from, a higher perspective. And you could be someone that's, giving person advice, but it's almost like, some people just don't, they don't like what they're hearing. With the Nine of Swords, shit could be, blowing up around them, but it's almost like, well, it's almost like you can't project on the high priestess though. At least that's the way I feel like you can't, because they already know. They're aware. Can I get one more to go with this high priestess? What is this tower? Too many. What is this tower, Spirit? It's almost like, again, like I feel like if some of you are on the receiving end of this, it's like someone is trying to break you down. Like, less cards, please, Spirit. Why all these cards want to come out in twos? Can I get one more, please, to go with this tower? What is this tower? We have the Nine of Wands. And that makes me feel like, since this is clarifying the tower, it's almost like I said, for some of you, you could be dealing with someone that is aware of, the struggles and things that you've overcome. And almost like in a way, like realizing, because you see how like he's looking back, it's like realizing for some of them that, what I'm getting for some of you is that they could have tried to produce this tower for you. Like I said, I feel like someone was like wanting to break you down. Like almost praying for your downfall, but if you're sitting as a high priestess, you peep game. But also for some of you, it's almost like again, like I'm still just getting that energy of like the blame game. Like someone wants to like blame, you know, like this tower coming in, this like almost like their world going to shit on another person, but it's not, it's their own fault. You, like I said before, you got yourself to where you're at right now. And that's what the Nine of Wands speaks to. It means, you know, you're getting the things and, you know, situations or circumstance that got you to where you are now. You can either let it hold you back or you can continue to move forward. But it's almost like this person, it's like there needs to be like some type of, like, I feel like the energy of accountability. Give me one for this Nine of Wands. Yeah, but it's almost like they're just in a position, like, still trying with the Two of Wands to, like, defend it. Not wanting to come to terms with why they're, you know, seemingly, like, at this crossroads. When they need to just, you know, have the courage and almost the integrity to own up to whatever it is. And then we have the Death card coming out. Yeah. Because there's going to be no change, no transformation, or like this person making their way to the new with the Six of Wands. Like there isn't going to be any of that without recognizing like how you got to where you are right now. But let's grab the guidance and advice. We're going to use the wisdom of the oracle. It almost feels like too, like there's like it could even be like this person, you know, just still moving out of a lot of ego with the Six of Wands. But with the Death card here, it's almost like there needs to be like an ego death. It's the best way that I could say it, and not to say like I don't know what other, you know, term to use, like, or like an integration, I'll say, where this person needs to like come back down. Like it almost feels like saying like get off the high horse is what I want to say. Like come back down to reality. Yeah, and it's almost like there's a need again. In order for this cycle to close out, no more like being in denial. It's time to recognize and not be afraid of the truth. With the Two of Swords and the Justice, like you can't block this out. Because you're only, like, again, like I've been saying this whole reading, you're only hurting, deceiving, and like in a way like causing this tension and conflict and discomfort for yourself. It's not affecting any other person. And what you think you're doing to another person, you're not. You're doing it to them. I mean, to yourself. Yeah, and then we have the Ten of Wands coming out. Without this change or shift in perspective, or, you know, this integration of the ego, you're just gonna, you know, you're just gonna stay in this Ten of Wands energy of like feeling burdened, you know, weighed down, worrying, stress. Oh no. So what's the Yeah, that tower energy is strong. I'm hearing the words, start from scratch. Which would be this, this Ten of Swords energy. Once you hit rock bottom, I mean, that's the only place you could start from. So, yeah, bottom of the deck, we have the building blocks. And especially with no place like home, it's making me feel like this Four of Wands energy of needing to, build a solid, a firm, a sturdy, a truthful, foundation. And this is where someone, that's where you need to start. So that you can, start with, at the root. Because no place like home, that's fourth house energy, it's Cancer energy. And it's almost like you're needing to build something from the bottom up, not from the top down. Because anything built from the top down is not sufficient. And then we have Between Worlds. So it's like you need to figure out, like, what do you stand on? What are you standing on? Are you standing on truth, or are you standing on, like, is it fact or is it fiction? That's what I feel like saying. What's the guidance and advice, Spirit? We have the Thinker card coming out. So we have the Thinker, and it says, the essential meanings: strategy, being analytical and logical. The Oracle's message: the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. The relationship message: love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And show others, and should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. And then it says the prosperity message: calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friend now. So get out your journal. Write down what you're going to do today to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game, and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. The protection message: you might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work right now. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring you new clarity. Yeah. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have Truth Be Told. I cannot make this shit up. I can't. I cannot. And they're telling me to read that one too. Can I get one for this thinker spirit? Why is this thinker here? Oh. That came right out. Alright, so it says, truth be told, the essential meaning is honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, and clarity of communication. The oracle's message. There is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communications with others and yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and spirit will answer with miracles. The relationship message. People tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card tells you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based in your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. The prosperity message. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to experience the prosperous life you desire? If you want to be an artist, do you make your art a priority? If you want to be a healer, do you set time aside to learn new things Do you set time aside to learn new things to help you serve? A writer must write and a singer must sing, but true to your calling, or being true to your calling, is essential to your moving forward. There is another oracle message here too. It's time to have a look at the real honest truth about your thoughts, feelings, and belief about prosperity, about your relationship to money, to compensation, and to meaningful work. Ask yourself, what is true for me? And you will find the key to abundance. The protection message. Where are you being dishonest with yourself or others? If you are unhappy in any area of your life, look for signs of denial. This can also pertain to others being misleading or withholding or acting from hidden agendas. Now is the time to say no to dishonesty in all forms. Ask for the truth. Even if you don't like what you hear, acknowledging it will be key to a beautiful new future where you no longer labor under the heavy burdens that deceit and denial impose on you. Set yourself free. Nothing less than the truth is required now. Spirit, you better shut up. I'm so glad that I did this video. And I was gonna say, y'all know my thinker card. If you're, if you're, a regular here, it's my King of Swords card. And this is what's coming out to clarify the thinker. And it says professional, expert in his field, a lawyer, advisor, authority and power, intelligent, determined, and alert man. So yeah, this masculine is very aware, whether male or female, it doesn't matter, but they're very aware. And it's almost like, are you gonna be real with yourself? Because you can't be real with somebody else until you're real with yourself. like I always say, like, so if you're not real with yourself, whether you're, like, how can I say this? Whether you're, I don't know, I feel like just like someone is being very critical of others. Like, but you can't, we know how they say when you point the finger at someone, there's three pointed back at you. Can I get one more for this King of Swords? Yeah, it's time to get just like, it almost makes me feel like there's a need to be open-minded. There's a need to like think bigger. We have the Ace of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. But they're saying reverse, reverse. Yeah, it's a perspective thing, because the Ace of Pentacles reverse is like the opposite of a new beginning, or opportunity, or it's even a card of security. It says decreased income, lack of security, lack of foresight or planning, and wasted opportunities. Yeah, so it's like this person is, because they're not thinking for the long term. This person thinks for in the moment, and that's what this is. It's like all that short term thinking with this horse energy has just has been of detriment to this person, or you, if this is you. It has been more harmful than helpful. Because it says lack of progress or planning, focusing, oh man, I just said that, focusing only on the short term, wasting time and talents, too materialistic, and miserly. Or miserly, excuse me. This look like miserly to me. I don't even know if that's a word, but it's just, yeah, like, I don't know, y'all, and whoever this is, like, these last two readings, like, someone could say, I don't know a lot, because it's just like the easy way out of something, like just saying they don't, or maybe they don't know what they want, they don't know, like who they are possibly, but you can't put that on other people. That's your responsibility. So with that being said, I thank you all for tuning in with me. I definitely hope, that this reading resonated for some of you. And if not, it just wasn't your story, and that's fine. I hope everyone enjoys their week. And I will see you all on the next one. All right? Later.